Behind every successful man, there is a woman. In the same way, behind every successful preschool, there is a counselor. In most of the preschool, counselor is the person who is owning the preschool or the administrative or both. Right? So, I am Ravi Ranjan. Today we will discuss about the importance of the counselor because it is the pillar, as the early childhood is a pillar of the or the foundation of the child. In the same way, the counselor is the foundation of a preschool. What are the quality a person at this position is sitting should have, right? So first thing is passion, right? When we are doing anything, any work, either it's a job or a business, if we are passionate enough, obviously we have a better edge over the other competitors, because passion makes you different. Passion makes you to learn a lot of things, right? And passion speaks louder, right? So if you are passionate enough, or if you have a passion towards early childhood, obviously your success nobody can stop. So passion is very important and foremost important thing in a counselor towards the early childhood, towards the child, right? And if you are passionate enough, the next thing is patience, right? Because this is very important when you are dealing with the age group of 2 years to 6 years. This is the age where the child have a lot of energy, lot of curiosity, lot of new ideas, lot of energy, right? When you are dealing with somebody who have this much of energy, this much of questions, this much of all the things, curiosity, everything, obviously you need to have a good patience, because you have to listen to them. If they are doing something wrong, if their energy level is so high, you have to calm them down, right? And you are not dealing only with the child. Being a counselor, being an administrator, being a principal, you have to handle first teachers, then you have to handle the parents, you have to handle the teachers, you have to handle the vendors, you have to like everything. So patience is very important for the school counselor, right? And now you have passion, now you have patience. Then what is the next quality you should have to become a good counselor or a principal of a preschool, right? Creativity is very important, because you have passion, you have patience, but if you're not creative enough, so you cannot engage this age group, because the 80% of brain growth, when we say, is in this age group. Obviously creativity plays a very, very important role, be it in your presentation of a school, be it in your the academic things which you are getting, right? The activities which you are pursuing, right? Each schools are different in their own way, and the counselor have to ensure that all the activities are creative, new and engaging. All the child are getting engaged. So creativity is very important. And to keep all these things, right? All the quality you have, all the things you are doing, all the activity which you are doing from morning to evening or morning to afternoon, the communication plays a very important role. Why I'm saying that communication is not just you're speaking a good English or you're speaking a good Hindi or any other local language, but communication is whatever things you want to convey to the other person, you are conveying it in a well manner, right? That is the communication. If you are good at English, that's fine, but you have to understand the other person also, because the age group which you are catering are 2 to 6. They are making their language skills, they are developing their word power, all those things. So you have to speak shorter sentences, right? Slow words, so that the child can follow your instructions. And you have to communicate each and everything to the parents also, which need to be communicated. You have to handle the teachers, right? When they are on leave, when the school is on leave, what are the timings, what are the rules. So everything has to be communicated, right? Communication plays a very important role, because your thoughts is in your mind, but what you are communicating is the other person listening, right? So communication is very important. So in some other slides we will teach you, we will guide you how to communicate with the students, how to communicate with the parents. All special class we will be going to take, but the importance when we are discussing communication is foremost and very important. And next is flexibility. When I am talking about flexibility, it's not some yoga or something. Physically how much flexible you are, that is good thing for your personal things, but flexibility at work means flexibility of timing, flexibility of your availability, flexibility of your like dislike also. Suppose some parents are coming daily at 2 o'clock or at your school, or some guardian is coming 2 o'clock, but at certain day or some day they got late by half an hour. You cannot leave the child unattended, right? That time you have to be little flexible and accompany the child until they are being handed over to their guardian, right? So sometime you have to be flexible, because this is a age, this is a business, or this is a school where you have to be very smart, very flexible, very I mean say you have to be perfect in everything, because you are dealing with the children. You cannot leave them unattended. And all these qualities which we discussed, like passion, patience, creativity, communication, flexibility, that will automatically come if you have only one quality, which is understanding the children, right? And all children are different. You have to understand the simple logic. You have to understand all are coming from different background, all have this different level of energies, all are growing, all are learning. You have to make them one in terms of discipline, all those things, but you have to respect their difference also, right? Because all the childs are different. So keeping all these qualities in mind, and if you have all these qualities in you, nobody can stop you from role and responsibility of a counselor or principal, right? So first and the important role is making policies for your preschool, right? So policies maybe for the attendance, for the festivals off, then your fees date like 10th, 7th, or like quarterly, half yearly. So all the policies has to be made by the counselor, right? And second is managing the staff. Now you made the policies, now you made the timings for the student, staff, and all those things. So you have to manage that everybody is following the same things, right? So you have to manage the staff, like how many teachers, how many ayah, how many helpers, if you have security guards or teachers, anything you have to manage, right? Everything is your responsibility. When they are going on leave, whose leave you are approving, when their salaries are getting debited, everything has to be taken care by you, right? Now daily handling the entire operation. Suppose you want the notebooks, suppose you are making the vegetable day, no fuel cooking, so you have to well in advance get the things ready, right? So, and other things like if you require certain boards, pamphlet, admission time are coming, all those things is being handled by you. So entire operations. Then a very important things which you have to do in a weekly, monthly basis is the developing the curriculum, right? In franchisee, we will be sharing you the curriculum, not to the teacher, to the counselor. So counselor has to divide the curriculum to the all the 4 classes, right? How they are going to do it. Like other all the cities have different festivals, different activities, different trip plans and all. So you have to take care of all those things. When we are into preschool segment or play school segment, or when we are catering it 2 to 6 year of old year, then we say it as a early education. Some people say as a kindergarten, some people say as a preschool, play school, a lot of names, right? But what is the importance? Why it is needed, right? according to the new education policy, even government is recognizing it, right? So there is some importance. So if we talk about importance first, we have to see why it is important and what is that actually. 2 to 6 year of age group is comes under the early childhood, right? So in this case, we are building a foundation, right? We are getting the child ready for the elementary schools. So if we are getting them ready for the elementary school, what are the qualities we have to build and why it is important? Suppose you are building a home or a flyover or anything, right? The foundation is very important, isn't it? So if foundation is that important, when we are building a high class citizen, when we are building a good life, when we are building a human, why the foundation is not important? And if you take our name as an example, Funstone. Fun means enjoyment, right? Masti. But the literal meaning is fun. But we have taken this fun from foundation, right? If you write the spelling of foundation, it is incomplete without fun. So our tagline is also foundation is incomplete without fun. As a building or a bridge is incomplete without a proper foundation. If your foundation is solid, then only the building will stay for a longer time and it will be a solid, right? Whatever the architecture, everything is okay. But the foundation is very important for a long life of a building. Same way, foundation is very important for the child development. Because everybody knows that brain growth, 80% of the brain growth happens before the age of 8, right? But what we are doing for that? We are doing in early education. We are working on their social skills, we are working on their cognitive skills, a lot of skills which we will read in other slides. But this is important because the foundation is important. What are the things you have to take care when you are attending or counseling the parents? Right, this is a very important role, and this is the things which you have to take care very seriously because it is the admission time. So counseling is very important. So what are the things you have to keep in mind when you are counseling the parents, right? So first of all, when you are counseling or when you are meeting any parents in your school for the admissions, so in admissions time and for a new school, it is very important. You get a lot of queries and then you have to convert them into the admissions, right? Because you are into a preschool maybe because of a lot of noble cause and all are agreed, right? It is not a pure business. But at the same time, you need admissions to run your school. So it is very important for a counselor to counsel the parents in a very well manner, because you don't have a hour or a full day to tell to the parents that what you are doing into the school. You have just 15 to 20 minutes with the parents, or maybe sometime 5 minutes to convince them, the parents, because the parent which is coming to you, it is not only coming to your school. In your locality, it is not that you are the only one, right? There are a lot of other competitors and they are going to meet maybe after you or before you, or before meeting you they already would have met them and they already know a lot of things. But you have to explain what is the uniqueness you have, what is your planning for the child. So when you are attending the parents, you have to keep certain points in your mind for an effective parent counselor communication. First of all, attending. When I'm saying attending, you have to attend them with a smile, right? That you are happy that they are visited your school. It is not that your task, you are already busy in something and they came, you are asking them to wait. No, that is the person is have the option, still they choose to come to your school. They are very important. So any other task which you are engaged in, you have to leave that in that time and you have to attend the parent first. right? And if you have certain other policies, suppose you have the policy in schools that at school time no parents are coming, you have to mention differently. But if the parent is into the school, he is your most priority. Okay, so attend with a smile, make them feel important, right? Ask them for water. So this is the way of attending a parent. So, and when you are attending, then just don't start with the school good things and start telling about no. First listen to them, right? If the parents come, ask them to sit, offer them water, and let them start, right? When they start, you have to be silent more in starting than speaking, because you will understand what are the things he have in his mind, which are the competitors or schools they already visited, why they didn't like them, or don't get into the more competitive, but understand if they are telling, right? Being a silent, you will understand how your pitch is gonna to be like next 10 to 15 days. What will be your pitch, right? So if you only tell, never sell. So you have to listen. Listening is very important. And then certain parents from your locality will come, but they will not be able to explain themselves, right? What they already they want to know and all. So you have to reflect and paraphrasing, right? If they are saying they want to ask about curriculum, you are into this field, you know about curriculum, you know a lot of jargons, but maybe that person that does not know, right? That is their first child, or maybe the first visit to the preschool. So if they are asking more about the things, but they are hesitated or because of language or something, you have to, if they are completing half sentence, you have to complete the entire sentence in a slower way and polite way, so that the conversation should start, right? Then only you can go. Then if they are asking certain doubt or certain things, you have to clarify their doubts. And if there are a lot of people don't speak much, they will keep the doubts in them, right? Or if you are giving them pitch or telling them about curriculum, all those things, and they are listening, just listening. So you have to ask questions to them, right? Suppose you are giving a school, you are showing some equipment, learning aids, right? So that time you have to ask in our times, like you have to give some examples, so that lot of people relate to the examples more than the words or sentences. So you have to ask them every now and then. In our time this was not there, but this, like we have talking pen, you can say that, and our times if it would be there, it would be good, right? So that interaction should be there. It is not that one way communication, it should be from both the ways, right? And focus, right? From their question, what they want to know, like what are their concern about the hygiene and all, you have to explain them how you keep the things hygienic, how your schools is doing, the school like Funstone you have, how many branches they have, so that they will get a confidence, right? If you focus on the client, you will understand what is their requirement and are you fulfilling it or not. And summarize, like if you have discussing 10 topics, at the end while you are leaving them, summarize everything before you jump into the fees part, right? Once the money comes into the mind, everything is on discount and all these things. So before going into that part, you have to explain each and everything, like why it is important these days. Talk about their child, talk about their habits, talk about the examples in your school or previous experiences, share with them, so that they understand the person opposite to me is capable enough to handle my child, right? Because initially when the student is coming to you, this is the first time he is stepping out of his house, right? It's the first time. So more than education, it is the care and trust which is required for any parents, right? They want first of all safety, hygiene, and a good environment there the child can come, play, be happy, learn something, right? And then a motivation, right? When you have explained everything, now there is a competitor also, and every whatever you are talking for the admissions, right, for the money. So you have to motivate them, like why it is important and what are the offers you are offering them, but not directly, indirectly. Like we have a early bird offers for first 25 students and all those things, so that they can act fast and get admission, right? And then you have to show them what are the decision making qualities you have, planning, what are the planning you have for their child, what are the uh, like if they are facing any problem with the child, how you are gonna solve. So all those skills you have to show with the help of examples. Suppose you know that the person is coming from this area and you already know somebody, right? You can tell them that yeah, that child came and don't use any negative word. They came and then he started doing good things. Now he started reading the books. Now he like poems and all these, and take the like take part in all the activities, so that they can relate that child with their own child. They can imagine, like if the child is coming, they are learning too much. Now my child will come to this school and they will learn and they will enjoy also, right? And tell them short stories. Initially the child is coming and for 2-3 days they don't want to come to the school, and then now if we have like leave on Sundays also, the child take their bag and start coming to the school. All those small stories you have to tell to make the interaction better, right? To build the rapport. Rapport is very important, because if your personal rapport is not built, whatever discount you give, whatever educational philosophies you just tell them, it is not gonna work until your personal rapport is not being done. Within first 5 minutes, your make or break. In first 5 minutes, they will make the decisions. Later, everything is a discussion part, right? So you have to build a rapport also. And in building a rapport, or in building if you're talking about discounts, never lose your self-esteem. Means never jump on the discount, never jump on the money part directly, because it is an education, and for education in our society, money obviously is there. Everybody know you are here to do something and money is important, but never ever directly come on the money parts or discount part, or like I will give you 20% discount, I will give you this, that. No, you are offering a early bird discount for 25 child, means 25 child, not the 26th one. That should be clear enough, and you have to speak this thing only one time in your conversation, right? And you have to respect one more thing. A lot of schools, a lot of people have their preferences towards religion, towards caste, towards greed, anything, like where, or cultural differences. If you are at the position sitting on the counselor chair, you have to forget everything. You have, anybody is coming to your school, yeah, you have certain policies, but you have to respect their culture, right? They should not feel discomfort into that, because any culture, any values they are pursuing, if you are not respecting that, so like obviously in foundation years we are building a nation. Obviously we have to start by ourselves from this grassroots level. So cultural values, cultural diversity, we have to respect at every point of time, right? And responsible behavior. When you are giving a visit to the school, when you are showing a toilet and all those things should be good. You should give the respect. Either a lady or a father is coming, you have to show them the respect, and you have to get the respect from them also. And that will depend once you make the rapport in a good manner, right? Never jump into any conversation which is related to your culture, money, and other things, negative things. Don't do that, right? And at last, you have to focus on the education planning also, right? You told them about the cultural things, you told them about the activities, you told them about the curriculum, everything. But education planning, you have to tell them what is the next your child is going to do. Suppose he is taking the admission in the month of May, June, or July, any month, right? So next month, what is your planning? After that, what is your planning? When you are doing the annual function, which are the festivals you are gonna make? Right? Everything you have to explain so that the person next to you understand, yeah, this school is already ready for their child. It is not that when the child will come, they will plan, yeah, they will come here, write ABCD, we have books, we have talking pen, we have TV. Everybody have that in their school, right? In their homes. So what different? What is the difference? They don't have the planning, you have the planning, right? So while leaving, you have to show them the fee structure, everything. In another slides, we will discuss all those things in detail also, because this training is about small things, overview, and each of the topics we will discuss in details as well.